Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
You walk in tired and hungry, one bad dinner away from losing it. You don't like to cook. You don't want more takeout. You just want something good. That's why there's Dish by Blue Apron. Pre-made meals with at least 20 grams of protein and no artificial flavors or colors. From fridge to fork in 5 minutes or less. Keep the flavor. Ditch the subscription. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
On today's Smart 7, Iran's protests continue as Trump threatens action. Adolescence wins big at the Golden Globes, and lots more. It's Monday, 12th of January. It's National Hot Tea Day, and happy birthday, Zayn Malik.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
This weekend saw the Nobel Peace Prize Committee forced to clarify that the Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado cannot simply hand her prize over to Donald Trump, and that the award cannot be shared or transferred despite her proposal. It's an embarrassing moment, but Trump's attention seems to be more focused on getting involved in wars than ending them in 2026. The weekend saw the US strike at ISIS sites in Syria and saw US Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu discuss a potential joint operation against Iran as protests continue against Ayatollah Khamenei. Speaking from Air Force One on Sunday evening, Trump said the US is considering very strong options.
Iran wants to negotiate, yes.
Negotiate what?
We may meet with them. I mean, a meeting is being set up. But we may have to act because of what's happening before the meeting.
It's estimated as many as 500 protesters may have been killed and more than 10,000 arrested, with the regime cutting off the internet to make it harder for the protesters to communicate. The initial protests were over inflation and soaring prices, but have now become focused on the removal of the supreme leader. The UK's Transport Secretary Heidi Alexander says that they're keeping a close eye on the situation.
The British government has always viewed Iran as a hostile state, and we know that they have been a repressive regime. And so I think the priority as of today is to try and stem the violence that is happening in Iran at the moment.
Apart from Iran, Venezuela and Cuba, US President Donald Trump continued his campaign to take over Greenland across the weekend. Despite diplomatic efforts from European allies and polite but firm rejections of Trump's approach from the Danish government, he continued to muse over the Danish territory, insisting that it's essential for US security. He also suggested that America is prepared to do it the easy way or the hard way, a warning that has alarmed residents of Greenland, including local MP Pelle Broberg.
It would be safer if we continue the arrangements we've known, which is international rules-based order, and then Greenland needs to have a defense agreement and security arrangement with the US. We don't need to become American citizens for that to happen.
Tory leader Kemi Badenoch didn't sound too worried about the plight of the Greenlanders when she spoke to the BBC on Sunday, preferring instead to focus on the issues in Iran.
We're talking about Greenland, which actually I believe is a second-order issue versus what is happening right now. Of course, we need to make sure that we secure NATO countries, but the priority right now is the British national interest.
Former US Ambassador Peter Mandelson made a rare media appearance on Sunday after his sacking in September. He was removed from his position after email correspondence with Jeffrey Epstein emerged that showed the former cabinet minister maintained a friendship with a convicted sex offender even after his 2008 conviction. Mandelson spoke to the BBC, but he wasn't particularly apologetic, suggesting at one point that because he was a gay man, he wasn't aware of the sexual behaviour of Epstein. He also suggested that his friendship with Epstein was well known in Downing Street.
I understand why I was sacked. The Prime Minister found himself in the middle of what must have seemed to him a sort of thermonuclear explosion. I wish I'd had the opportunity to remind him of the circumstances of my relationship, my friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. I didn't, so I'm not going to seek to reopen or relitigate this issue. I'm moving on.
Monday will see the United Nations Security Council meet to discuss Russia's latest waves of attacks on Ukraine, which included a nuclear-capable missile. The Oreshnik ballistic missile was fired at the city of Lviv, marking only the second time Russia has used the weapon, which was seen as a warning to European nations that Vladimir Putin is not in the mood for peace. Russian strikes have also crippled the Ukrainian power grid, leaving millions without light or heat in the bitterly cold Ukrainian winter. While there's been no sign of further progress on peace talks, Donald Trump's former special envoy to Ukraine, General Keith Kellogg, did at least have some complimentary words for Ukrainian President Zelensky.
He's a tough son of a bitch. And I remember telling President Trump at one time that, sir, he's a lot like you. I said, and I'm not talking about stature, but he's stubborn. He has his opinion. He's unafraid to say that.
In association with Metro, Man United crash out of the FA Cup and the Golden Globes light up Hollywood. Right after this.
Thank you for calling the Bombas Comfort Line. Bombas make socks, slippers, tees, and underwear made with the highest quality materials. Press 1 for comfort, 2 for style, 3 for donation. You chose style. Bombas has styles for whatever you enjoy. You can run in Bombas, lounge in Bombas, dress them up, dress them down, but always give back in Bombas. Because with every item purchased, another is donated. Bombas, comfort worth calling for. Go to bombas.com/audio and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO.
Youth mental health is a complex challenge that requires comprehensive solutions. We must strengthen after-school programs. We must make digital literacy tools available in our schools. We must work with mental health professionals to support children. And we must empower mentors, educators, and parents to keep kids happy. Learn more about our commitment to finding lasting solutions at empowerourfuturecoalition.com/solutions. Paid for by the Coalition to Empower Our Future.
Welcome back. This weekend saw a full schedule of third-round FA Cup games, and as always with the Cup, there were some big shocks. Saturday saw history made as Macclesfield knocked the holders Crystal Palace out with a 2-1 win. Man City scored 10 against Exeter, while Chelsea put 5 past Charlton. And Newcastle had to go to extra time and penalties to beat Bournemouth. Sunday saw Arsenal beat Portsmouth 4-1, while Leeds recovered from an early shock to win 3-1 at Derby. The 4:30 kickoff saw Man United host Brighton, but things didn't go well for interim manager Darren Fletcher, who saw his side lose 2-1. It was Brighton's first ever FA Cup victory over Manchester United, and former United striker Danny Welbeck, who scored Brighton's second, was delighted.
It's one that we're delighted with, to come away, get into the next round. There's a few boys that haven't been playing regularly, so to put on the performance that they did out there today was huge. Yeah, we're all buzzing inside the dressing room.
The 83rd Golden Globes Awards took place on Sunday night in Beverly Hills, with comedian Nikki Glaser returning as host. All eyes were on Oscar favourites Timothée Chalamet and Ireland's Jessie Buckley, who both won their categories. And it was a good night for British drama as Adolescence took home 4 awards, including Best Supporting Actor gongs for Owen Cooper and Erin Doherty. Stephen Graham won for Best Actor in a limited series and got a bit sidetracked in his acceptance speech.
You all know exactly who you are, and without you, none of this is possible. So, Queen Latifah, wow, can't believe it.
It's a long way from Westeros to the City of London, but that's where Sophie Turner finds herself for a new Prime Video series called Steel. The former Game of Thrones star headlines a new drama which sees a dramatic raid on a financial company that nets the gang £4 billion worth of other people's pensions. Things quickly get complicated when MI5 get involved as Turner, along with Archie Madekwe and Jacob Fortune-Lloyd, battle to solve the mystery. All 6 episodes drop on Prime Video on January 21st.
Your daughter, she's mixed up with some ruthless people.
From me, Zara. That's a very dangerous combination. Intelligence and frustration.
Tell us what you know. Or what? MI5 can kill you and make it look like a stroke.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Youth mental health is a complex challenge that requires comprehensive solutions. We must strengthen after-school programs. We must make digital literacy tools available in our schools. We must work with mental health professionals to support children. And we must empower mentors, educators, and parents to keep kids happy. Learn more about our commitment to finding lasting solutions at empowerourfuturecoalition.com/solutions. Paid for by the Coalition to Empower Our Future.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hey, it's Christy.
And I'm Kelly.
You might remember us as the OG partners in crime from Dance Moms.
Well, this is Back to the Bar, the podcast where we drag out every insane, chaotic, and iconic moment from the show.
We're spilling the tea, calling out all the BS, and sharing stuff you definitely didn't see on TV.
New episodes drop every week, and yes, we're laughing through the drama.
For once. Follow, grab a drink, and join us as we go back to the bar.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.